We've all been there. A setback that feels like the end of the road. That moment when a dream feels impossible. The journey from struggle to success is not a straight line. It's a profound, often painful, psychological transformation. But what if we told you that your struggles are not roadblocks, but the very crucible in which powerful motivation is forged? Today, we are breaking down the science of how setbacks can be your greatest catalyst for success. At its core, motivation has two powerful drivers. First, there's extrinsic motivation, which is driven by external rewards. Think money, a promotion, or praise from your boss. It's great for short-term tasks, but it's not enough to sustain you through a long, difficult journey. Then, there's intrinsic motivation. This is the deep, internal drive that comes from personal satisfaction, passion, or the sheer joy of the activity itself. For a writer, it's the love of storytelling, not just the paycheck. And research shows that this is the most powerful and sustainable force for long-term success. So, where does intrinsic motivation come from? Psychologists point to self-determination theory, which says we are all driven by three innate psychological needs. Autonomy, the need to feel a sense of control over your actions and decisions. Competence, the need to feel capable and master new skills. Relatedness, the need to feel a sense of connection and belonging to others. When these three needs are met, you're not just motivated to do a task, you're motivated to become the kind of person who achieves that goal. But what happens when struggle hits? The biggest obstacle isn't the challenge itself, but the internal fear it creates. This is the fear of failure, or it's an intense, debilitating worry about what could happen if you don't succeed. This fear can lead to self-handicapping, where you intentionally sabotage yourself so you have an excuse for failing. Like, I would have passed, but I just didn't try hard enough. Why do we do this? It's often rooted in deep-seated beliefs. A fear of shame or embarrassment, the belief that failure is a direct measure of ourselves, or the pressure to live up to perfectionistic standards. And then there's self-doubt. That inner critic that whispers you're not good enough. It can be triggered by an overwhelming task or a past mistake. To overcome it, you have to acknowledge those feelings without judgment. Then, you can challenge that negative self-talk, replacing "I can't do this" with positive affirmations like, "I've handled tough situations before, and I can do it again." Your core belief system determines how you respond to struggle. It's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says your abilities are set in stone, you either have it or you don't. This makes challenges terrifying, as they're seen as a threat to your innate ability, causing you to give up at the first sign of difficulty. A growth mindset, however, is the belief that your abilities can be developed through hard work and dedication. From this perspective, failure isn't proof of inadequacy, it's a valuable learning opportunity. This mindset is a direct predictor of motivation, persistence, and higher achievement. This leads us to two key traits: grit and resilience. Grit is the passion and perseverance to achieve a long-term goal, even when you're struggling. Resilience is the ability to bounce back and recover quickly from those setbacks. Think of it this way. Grit is the engine that moves you forward, and resilience is the oil that keeps that engine running smoothly. What if a major life crisis or setback didn't just test your resilience, but fundamentally transformed you for the better? This is the phenomenon of post-traumatic growth. It's not about ignoring the pain, but experiencing profound positive psychological changes alongside the suffering, such as a heightened appreciation for life, deeper relationships, or a newfound sense of purpose. This growth is not passive. It's an active process of rebuilding your life's foundation after a crisis has shaken it. A powerful tool for this is cognitive reframing. This technique involves changing the way you view a situation. For example, instead of seeing failure as an end, you can reframe it as a first attempt in learning. This process is about meaning-making and benefit-finding, the deliberate act of finding the positive lessons or strengths you've gained from a difficult experience. So, how do you put all this into practice? Set small, realistic goals. Don't just focus on the final destination. Break your big goal into small, manageable steps. Celebrating each small win provides a powerful shot of dopamine, building momentum and self-confidence. Lean on your support system. You don't have to go it alone. Surround yourself with friends, family, or mentors who can guide and encourage you. Practice self-compassion. When you fail, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. This allows you to accept that mistakes are part of being human and gives you the psychological strength to try again. Prioritize your physical health is the foundation of your mental resilience. Make time for exercise, proper nutrition, and, most importantly, sufficient sleep. The journey from struggle to success is not a solitary race, but an integrated psychological process. It is the continuous cultivation of a growth mindset, the strategic use of setbacks, and the conscious choice to build a life of purpose and resilience. Your struggles are not detours. They are the path. By embracing them, you're not just achieving your dreams, you're becoming a stronger, more capable version of yourself.